Here you go. So that's the barbecue Asian meatballs. Try this recipe, it's really good. I hope you enjoy it.
OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
We're gonna make these Asian meatballs that I just showed you. Asian barbecue meatballs. Okay, so right here I have about 2.5 pounds of ground beef. The first thing I'm gonna put in is some Lori seasoned salt. I put about 1.5 teaspoons of Lori seasoned salt. Now I put in about 1/3 of a teaspoon of pepper. Next, I'm going to put in some ground ginger. I put in about 1/3 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. A 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. A dash of Worcestershire sauce. Well, that was about a tablespoon. I'm going to put in a little dash of liquid smoke. I put about a 1/2 teaspoon of liquid smoke. Now I'm going to put in, I should put Dijon mustard. Wait, let me get my Dijon mustard. I have this Trader Joe's Dijon mustard. I put about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Sorry, about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I'm putting in a little bit of sesame oil, which sesame oil has a very strong taste, so you always have to be careful with it. I think I put in about probably 1/3 of a teaspoon. Next, I'm going to put in Lipton onion soup mix. It's almost a whole envelope that I put in. I have this Trader Joe's reduced sodium soy sauce. I put in 1 teaspoon of that. Next, I'm going to put breadcrumbs. I'm going to put in some of these Italian style breadcrumbs. I put in about 3 ounces of breadcrumbs. Now, with a gloved hand, I'm just going to mix it up. I'm not going to mix it completely right now because I still have to add my 2 eggs. I'm just mixing it enough for the seasoning to go through and through. Now I'm going to add my 2 eggs. And I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon or 2 of Sticky Finger Sweet Kentucky Bourbon Barbecue Sauce. I actually added about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water. Now I'm just going to mix thoroughly. Just make sure that it's completely combined, all the ingredients. Next, I'm going to just take a smaller mixing bowl and I'm going to add some of this sweet Kentucky bourbon barbecue sauce in it. I put about a cup. Next, I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of the Dijon mustard in there. Clean spoon, just about a spoon of it. A little sesame oil in it, just about 2 drops. Well, I put about 5 drops. Then I'm gonna put a little dash of ginger, a little dash of soy sauce, a little bit of garlic powder, but if you feel like chopping garlic, use the chopped garlic. Or you could get that garlic that's already chopped in a jar. Okay, and I have this rice wine vinegar. And then I have, this one is genuine brewed. And this one is sweet and tangy flavor of seasoned gourmet rice wine. I was going to use this because there's just enough left in the bottle. But I think I'm going to use this sweet and tangy flavor. So I'm going to use about... just a little over half a teaspoon of that. Then I'm going to add some brown sugar. I used about 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Then we just combine it evenly and dissolve everything in it thoroughly. Now we're going to set this to the side and we're going to form the meatballs in a pan. I always wash out my aluminum pans before using them with soap and water. So now I'm going to put clean gloves on and then I'm going to form the meatballs in the pan. So you just roll them between, take pieces of meat and roll them in your hands like this and line them up. I'm going to pop them in the oven for about 1 hour with the heat on 350. You could kind of put them in 50 minutes to an hour, but just check them and you could press them down or stick a toothpick or a fork in it to see if they're ready. Here you go. So that's the barbecue Asian meatballs. Try this recipe, it's really good. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and y'all make sure you subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. See you next time. Bye bye.